quick 1, 2, 3 test into the microphone here as we get ready to rock and roll for today's game.
A community is connections. We're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
The following is a North Platte Post sports presentation. It's time for FNBO American Legion Baseball with the North Platte Post and FM 98.1.
Get set, and oh my God, there goes Blaze Seiler! He did it! He successfully stole home!
Today's game brought to you by Shelter Insurance, Pete Bowles and Brent Rocco, Dave's Place, Pizza Wings and more on East 4th and North Platte, CET Troubleshooters, Premier Toyota, Sandhills State Bank, Wicked Fast on North Highway 83. Use your My Phillips 66 card and save money on gas. And Lindemeyer Law Office.
The pitch swung, driven, deep left field. That one looks to be going all the way, and it is absolutely crushed out of the park. Carter Kelly with the first home run of the season for the Nationals, and it was an absolute moonshot to left field.
FNBO Baseball, also brought to you by Larry's Glass, the D&N Event Center. Another round in River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them. Great Plains Health and Great Plains Home Care. Larry's RV. Bill Summers Ford Honda Lincoln Nissan. North Platte Public Schools. Willow Creek Embroidery. Quick Stop Convenience Stores. And Runs Up. Let's play ball. FNBO Baseball from FM 98.1 and AM 1410 and live stream video at northplattpost.com. Here's the voice of the Nationals, Paxton Gordon.
Hey everybody, welcome into Ryder Park. We're on day number 3 of the A7 District Tournament for your FNBO Nationals, coming off of an absolute barnstormer yesterday against Grand Island Home Federal, where they took down Grand Island Home Federal in 13 innings, 1-0 off of a Blaze Seiler solo home run to left field in the bottom of the 13th inning. To move on today again here in the winner's bracket matchup against Kearney Runza, a team they've seen now for the 3rd time this season. Of course, the Nationals taking down Kearney Runza 2 other times this year, 1 at home and 1 on the road. It is going to be quite a exciting game today as the Nationals looking to almost certainly guarantee their spot into state with a victory today. As again, just the way the bracket has run, can't play the same 2 teams twice. They'll be taking on Hastings tomorrow, whether they win or lose. So that'll be quite a game as well. Currently, Kearney Runza, who is the team they'll be facing, they took down 5 Points Bank Hastings yesterday, 4-2, in an absolute amazing match between those 2 teams. That sends again Hastings to the lower bracket. Kearney on the year 19-17 on the season. Of course, your FNBO Nationals 31-18, having themselves not only their best year in quite a while, but also just having a very strong tournament overall, where all the pitchers are just having themselves quite a day. We've seen 2 straight days of scoreless baseball being pitched by the FNBO Nationals. Once again going 10-0 against Grand Island Grand Island USAVE in day number 1, and then taking on Grand Island Home Federal and shutting them out as well. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch the Nationals here today. Taking on Kearney, runs at what could be a spectacular matchup right here, of course. Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. Hey, you know, we got more here on this Quick Stop pre-game show. When we come back, we'll be getting you into the starters for today's game, as well as our Owls Lock and Safe keys to the game. When we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and you know, as always, live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Right around the corner, Quick Stop. With your 24-hour convenience store. Fast, friendly, no one gives you more. Gas, food, your favorite drink. Get everything you need in a blink. That's why everybody stops at Quick Stop. We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Swing into the season by calling Linda Meyer Law for all your legal needs. Our lineup consists of all-star caliber attorneys: Bob Lindemeyer, Amanda Spikert, Kent Florum, Kent
(340-7751). Visit us online at rwchemical.com to check out all your options and make sure you're getting the right products to optimize yield.
Growing relationships one crop at a time. Red Willow Chemical.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the side of Ryder Park. It's time for our our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte offers 24+ different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Also offered here by from Double Dips, they also have available the homemade waffle cones and bowls alongside homemade fudge and freshly baked desserts. Plus, they also have available the ice cream trailer for all your outdoor events. Starting on the side here for our starting lineups. On the visiting side, which is Kearney, runs the Nationals, winning 3 straight flips for home. They have, again, starting Garrison Burns at shortstop. He's the #1 batter here. Cole Throckmorton, again, behind center, will be posing some problems for the Nationals. He is the #2 hole hitter with Nolan Smith at first base. Bryce Anderson batting DH and cleanup. He hit a home run yesterday against 5 Points Bank Hastings and helped give them the advantage. Jace Blattner in center field will be taken up there at the 5 hole. Caleb Larson at second in the 6 hole. Keegan Brand at left field in the 7 hole hitter. And then Quinn Foster will be taking the mound today for Kearney, runs in the 8 hole with Brody Arnold at third. And then Jacob Hansen, he is playing in right field, will not be batting in today's contest. Then for the FNBO Nationals, it's going to be Caden Johnson, as always, leading off for the Nationals here. In center field, Carson Johnson in the 2 hole. He himself will be playing at first base today, so we might get a little bit of a hint of who will be on the mound, as Jack Polk will be at shortstop here today. He's a 3 hole hitter. Carter Kelly out at third base. He's the 4 hole hitter. Tristan Byer in DH, 5 hole hitter. Blaze Zeiler, he's in right field, getting hit that home run in the bottom of the 13th inning to pick up the victory for the Nationals, batting in the 6 hole with Dean McIntyre in the 7 hole. He'll be catching today. Andrew Brocious in left field in the 8 hole, and then Ty Hanneborg batting the all-important 9 hole position. And that means Ty Robinson will be on the mound for the FNBO Nationals here for today's game. Again, Jack Polk yesterday had to be pitched, I believe, upwards of 80 pitches for the side of the FNBO Nationals, which is, you hate to see it now because, you know, Polk had such a fantastic game yesterday against against Grand Island Home Federal. We would love to have seen him here today against Kearney doing the same thing, but I really think that Home Federal game is super important for this national squad in terms of what they are needing to do to make their way further down the line of this district tournament. So the fact that they were able to pick up the victory over Grand Island Home Federal really helps their chances making the way forward. Again, our Owls lock and save keys to the game. It's going to begin once again on Ty Robinson's shoulders. Can he really contain Kearney runs in the beginning, opening stretch of this ball game? We know how powerful they are on the offensive side. Can he hold them down long enough so that the offense that this Nationals team has been producing the last couple of games can ramp up and continue its hitting ways? And then on the hitting side, it really is stop chasing after some of the pitches that were outside the zone. It happened way too many times yesterday, and I believe head coach Ricky Holmes said the same thing. A lot of the pitches that were outside Nationals were kind of chasing on. They need to really, bring that back, but also work on the situational hitting. There was plenty of chances for the Nationals to essentially ice the game in many different innings where they had runners in scoring position, but just couldn't be able to bring, or I'm trying to think of the word. Couldn't is probably not the word. Weren't able to bring those runners home, but still they picked up the victory. Can they improve on that situational hitting with 1 day's break? We will step aside here on the quick stop pregame show. That'll do it here for us. I'll see you guys back for the quick stop post-game show, but baseball is going to be back underway when we come back here to Ryder Park right here on FM 98.1. And as always, AM 1410 with live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
If your tranny starts to making sounds that you don't want to hear, if it's slipping and a sliding, won't go in or out of gear, call the transmission specialist, BG&S. You've got the very best four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, automatic, standard too. BG&S Transmissions.
BG&S Transmissions. Free towing, free estimates, and all their work is guaranteed. Call BG&S in North Platte at 800-344-2427.
Drew is enjoying the new ice cream sandwich from Runza.
I like to call it a cookie hugwich.
Huh?
Because it's really just 2 fresh baked chocolate chip cookies giving some chocolate vanilla twist ice cream a hug.
Oh.
Like the ice cream got a little sad and the cookies were like, "Oh, come here, buddy."
Well, that is adorable. Try Runza's new ice cream sandwich today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Are you ready to make a lasting impression? It's time to embrace distinction and stand out from the crowd. Willow Creek Embroidery, your go-to destination for exceptional personalization. They specialize in awards and trophies. Whether you're recognizing achievements in sports, academics, or business, they have a wide selection to honor the best of the best. Visit them today at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys. Discover the exceptional personalization that sets you apart. Willow Creek Embroidery in North Platte.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ryder Park. FNBO Nationals taking on Kearney Runza here in today's game. Again, our top of the first brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Ty Robinson's on the mound. If you remember Ty Robinson being on the mound last time out for the Nationals was against Lincoln North Star, where he almost, and I just mean almost, went the full 7 innings of play, getting the complete game, but had to be taken out after giving up a couple runs in that top of the 7th inning for the Nationals. Again, Caden Johnson had to come in and get the actual save for the Nationals in that game. Again, that Lincoln North Star game was at the Kearney Hastings tournament, so it was almost about 2 weeks ago, week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago at this point for that. But he pitched yet again another fantastic game, and that's kind of just been the synopsis for these Nationals pitchers these last just couple of games and the last whole month of June. They've just been pitching really, really well, and some of them going even longer than they normally could go. Again, you got Andrew Brocious getting the start in game number 1 against Grand Island USAVE. He went a good 5 innings before, again, the game ended for the run rule. Carson Johnson went, again, the full 7 yesterday. Jack Polk himself almost went the full 7 yesterday in the exact same game. And here we are with Ty Robinson looking to do the exact same thing. As up to bat first here for the side of Kearney Runza is going to be Garrison Burns, the shortstop. He will be batting first up here for Kearney Runza in today's ball game. And also thank you to, again, our Owls Lock and Safe keys to the game sponsor, of course, Owls Lock and Safe, securing North Platte and surrounding areas for over 50 years. Robinson's first pitch in is going to be right in there for strike number 1, as Burns looked at that one right down the middle. Following Garrison Burns will be Cole Throckmorton, then Nolan Smith. Of course, the Nationals already this year have taken down Kearney Runza twice, one at home and one on the road, so a very, very strong record against Kearney as that pitch is a smidge outside, ball number 1. Again, that outside part of the plate was a little bit of a contested matchup, not only for the Nationals, but also for Grand Island Home Federal yesterday. Proved some problems as that one is a short little roller on over to Jack Polk. It's short on to first. It's going to pull Johnson almost off the first base bag, but he's still got his foot on it. And down goes Garrison Burns for out number 1. And there's already 1 up, 1 down for Ty Robinson and the Nationals as Cole Throckmorton comes up. Again, Throckmorton has just been the biggest thorn in the side for the Nationals when it has come to this Kearney squad, specifically behind home plate. We all know how good he is in terms of not allowing the Nationals to get any steals on over to second as that pitch is in there for strike number 1. He's just having himself yet again another strong season. Happened last year. He looked good, and this year just looks even better. As that one, slow roller that's going to be picked up by Ty Hanneborg. He can't get it up into his glove, and with that, Throckmorton will make his way on to first with that infield single, and just like that, we're going to have already a runner on first for Kearney. And it was going to be a tough opportunity for the side of one Ty Hanneborg as it was slowly rolled and he needed to quickly pick it up on the glove and then throw it on over to first in time. So they'll get assessed with the error is Ty Hanneborg. So Throckmorton's now on over at first with Nolan Smith up to bat. So Nationals in position for a double play if he grounds out. Throckmorton could be a steal threat if it gets far enough as that pitch is outside, ball number 1 from Ty Robinson to one Nolan Smith. Dia McIntyre is behind home plate as Tristan Byers is going to get the day off today. He'll be DHing though, but we'll get the defensive day off after catching almost 200 pitches in that game against Grand Island Home Federal. As that one is skied back to the parking lot for foul number 1, strike number 1. As we talked about, Kearney, these last 2 games for their tournament have really turned it on in the 6th inning. The starts of their games have not been the best for them, but really when it comes to that 6th inning and the changes at the pitching helm get made, they've really turned it on as the 1-1's on the way, and that's once more going to be skied foul on over to the parking lot for strike number 2. It's a 1-2 count now to Nolan Smith from Ty Robinson. Throckmorton still not really getting too far away from first. I say that he's taking a little bit more longer, an extended lead now. Again, Ty Robinson being a left-handed pitcher, easier to see as that pitch is too high on the off-speed for ball 2. This has been a very scary part of the order for the side of Kearney for a good chunk of their season. Smith, Bryce Anderson, of course, up next, who homered yesterday, and then Jace Blattner. They've also posed some problems for the Nationals when they've played, as that one is skied nice on up over to Carson Johnson at first. He's trying to find it. He does so and gloves it for out number 2 as there's Carson Johnson getting the nice easy pop fly out into his territory. And there's already 2 down here in this top of the 1st inning with, now as I talked about, Bryce Anderson coming up to bat. He was that game changer for Kearney yesterday against 5 Points Bank Hastings where he hit that home run in the 6th inning that really changed the outlook of that ball game and helped Kearney pick up the victory and move the number 1 seeded Hastings down to the losers bracket. Once again, Throckmorton is still on over at first base for Kearney as Anderson gets ready to rock and roll. Lefty on lefty. That one going to make its way in for strike number 1 from good man Ty Robinson against strike number 1. Ty Robinson himself on the pitching mound has looked incredible these last couple of starts and will look to do it again here for the Nationals as he'll now look to fire his 0-1 in. And that one is crushed out to right field as there's going to be gloved up by Blaze Zeiler. And just like that, 3 are down here in this top of the 1st inning, and we're now making our way to the bottom of the 1st. The Nationals really were able to easily make their way through that order, and we now go to the bottom of the 1st when we come back here to Ryder Park on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming as always on NorthPlattePost.com.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre. Settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofibers.com/local.
Sandhills State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhills State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC.
It's not too late to register your students for the fall 2023 Bullpup Preschool or Kindergarten year at North Platte Public Schools. We are excited to assist you at the Welcome Center located at 301 West F Street in North Platte, and we are open from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Or you can register from the comfort of your own home online at mppsd.org. Come learn and grow with us at North Platte Public Schools.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ryder Park. FNBO Nationals taking on Kearney Runza on day 3 of the A7 District Tournament here in the upper bracket matchup. Winner will be moving on to the next round, while the loser will be heading to the lower bracket. North Platte is guaranteed to be playing Hastings tomorrow, no matter what, as Grand Island Home Federal is in that loser's bracket and would be playing them if they win against Pinnacle Bank Lexington later today. So on the mound here for the side of Kearney Runza, this is going to be Quinn Foster. It's going to be the first time this season that the Nationals will be seeing Foster here in competition on the mound. He'll be up here to bat against Caden Johnson, who had a relatively quiet day from the hitting standpoint yesterday, but when you talk about the side of Grand Island Home Federal and what they were bringing out to play yesterday, both of their aces pitched. Again, Cohen Nelson, who is pitching a sub-1 ERA, pitched, as well as Riley Plummer, who is pitching a 1.72. As that one skied, drifting on over to first, but will fall out of play foul. Strike number 1 to Caden Johnson. Johnson again did record a hit, though, in that ball game, and not a whole lot of Nationals players were able to do so, as only 7 hits total, 8 hits at the conclusion of the game were distributed by the Nationals in a absolute barnstormer of a 13-inning game. Foster's 0-1 is too high at the numbers for ball number 1. It's 1-1 the count now. Following, of course, Joni, it's going to be Carson Johnson, then Jack Polk, who will be up to bat today. Wind is actually going to be playing a little bit of a factor in this game, blowing from left field. As way that one high up close to the head of Caden Johnson for ball 2. Yeah, it's blowing. Right now, if I'm looking at the flag, it's primarily coming from right field straight in. So it'll be tough to get something out over the park like the last couple of days. Another pitch that's tight inside, almost hitting Caden Johnson. Ball 3, it's 3-1 the count now. Again, no runs, no hits, no errors for Kearney in their first appearance. The Nationals did record a defensive error in their first one. 3-1 is yet again close to hitting Johnson in the forehead, and he bows out for ball number 4 and will take his walk on over to first. 5-pitch walk from Quinn Foster. Again, talked about it here in the Quick Stop pregame show. Kearney has had kind of a sluggish start to their last 2 games against Lexington and against Hastings. They were able to do a majority of their damage in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's where they picked up their victories. So the Nationals really looking to take advantage of that. This team, the last couple of games, have been a hot starting team, but cooling off towards the latter portions of the game. So if they can jump out to a nice, healthy lead early on to maybe withstand the potential pressure coming in from Kearney in the later portions, would be nice. As, again, Carson Johnson up to bat here, playing first base yet again today with Robinson on the mound. As Foster's first pitch goes into Johnson. Way upstairs, ball number 1. Not a spectacular start for Quinn Foster so far. It only has 1 strike in his 6 pitches thrown so far. But yet again, just like every Kearney pitcher, when things start to get rolling, they are very deadly. As the 1-0, once more way up in the sky, as getting back over to first is Caden Johnson. Had a pretty long lead out at first, but was able to get back in plenty of time. Following yet again another pickoff. It's 2-0 the count to Carson Johnson from Quinn Foster. Still struggling. That's 7 balls now thrown by Foster. There's a runner at first being Johnson, as here comes the 2-0 from Quinn Foster. That's right again, way up outside, ball 3. It's like the exact same position These last 3 pitches, it's up and it's away. So it's 3-0 now, and following Johnson's going to be Jack Polk. As Johnson now is looking at a 4-pitch walk. Here comes a 3-0. That's high, ball 4, and on over to first goes one Carson Johnson. And now 2 runners are on for the Nationals as Jack Polk is going to be walking up to bat now, and we're going to get an early mound visit from the side of Kearney to have a talk with Quinn Foster. And now that's going to spell some interesting strategic decisions for Kearney later on, as, again, if they come on out there, it could be looking at an early pitching change for Kearney. As now, here comes, again, just still talking with it, the infield to get Quinn Foster back in check. He's 8 walks, 8 balls already to the lone 1 strike in this ball game, so he's having himself quite a rough start. As Arnold and Mundorf pitched yesterday for Kearney, so Brian Anderson still there. Again, their essential ace, Brian Anderson, still on the docket to pitch, but Kearney would love it if Foster can go even further. 2 runners on. Wouldn't be surprised with Jack Polk looking to lay the bunt down. Yep, there he is. He's looking to apply the bunt as Foster will fire in. Pull him back, and that's in there, though, right around the knees. Strike number 1 to Jack Polk. Following Jack Polk, Carter Kelly, and then Tristan Byer for the Nationals. Again, 2 runners on. Johnson at first, Johnson at second. Throckmorton does have that scary arm to get anybody out that tries to steal, so it would be preferable for the Nationals to get on with a bunt from Jack Polk and sacrifice him with nobody out. Here comes the 0-1. That one way down low, almost in the dirt for ball number 1 as both runners get back to their respective bags. The wind now pushing, instead of from right field inwards, it's now pushing from left field inwards. Pretty sporadic wind at the moment here. It's a 1-1 count to Polk, who is actively looking to apply the bunt and advance both batters. First baseman Nolan Smith into the infield grass, while Arnold is not in the grass yet, but close to it. Here comes Quinn Foster's 1-1 pitch. That off speed is just going to be outside. That one should have actually been a strike, but it's going to be outside. It's 2-1 the count now as Polk pulls back. It's going to be quite scary, though, if they walk Polk for Carter Kelly to come up with the bases loaded. He's already hit 1 home run this season and a pair of doubles. As it's 2-1 the count now to Jack Polk. That's Quinn Foster. Now going to throw it back on over to second, and Joni gets back in time, just barely. Mighty close to getting tagged out at second base. But he's able to get back in time as good Garrison Burns flash in the glove to almost tag Caden Johnson out. But 2-1 still the count to the shortstop Jack Polk here early on in the bottom of the first inning. Nobody out, 2 on for the Nationals. Threatening to score once again. Here comes Foster's 2-1 pitch. He's going to pop that bunt sky high, and it's going to go on over to the fence line for strike number 2. So now it's a 2-2 count for Jack Polk. Again, when Carter Kelly on deck hit the home run in game number 1 with 2 doubles and almost had a home run yesterday against Grand Island Home Federal, just getting it to the warning tracks before it was caught. But it's 2-2 the count now to Jack Polk. Johnson at first, Johnson at second for the Nationals. Again, if they were looking to show signs of an improved situational hitting, now's the time. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That's in there, strike 3, and down goes Jack Polk looking, and there's out number 1 of this inning as he goes down again looking, Jack Polk does. And now that brings up Carter Kelly to bat. It's going to be interesting to see what head coach Ricky Holm is going to do with Carter Kelly. Of course, we all know Kelly's got that power if he turns on one, but the Nationals could potentially lay the bunt down to advance both runners, Johnson as well as Johnson, up 1 bag. So Foster will get the sign in from Throckmorton, who's positioning a little bit outside. Here comes the first pitch from Quinn Foster. Swing and a miss from Carter Kelly, strike number 1. Well, we can already tell where Carter's thinking. Looking yard as he misses. 0-1 the count now. And Johnson on over at first. Joni on over at second base for the Nationals. 1 down here. That's Quinn Foster now starting to get back into some rhythm here. Here comes Foster's 0-1 pitch, but there's going to be time called by Carter Kelly. So he has to refocus back in for this at-bat again. A very crucial at-bat for the Nationals, struggling yesterday with their situational hitting with runners in scoring position many times in that game against Home Federal. Now, love to turn it around here. As here comes the 0-1 from Foster. That one's just going to sneak its way in for strike number 2. On that outside part of the zone, it's 0-2 the count now to Carter Kelly. And again, it's a very, very, very good position for the side of Carter Kelly and specifically Quinn Foster to work on the outside part of the zone, not putting anything over the middle for Kelly. As now, here comes Foster's 0-2 pitch. So glance at second. Here it comes. That one fouled off the bat of Carter Kelly, so we'll still stay at 0-2, keeping the at-bat alive. Good on Kelly. Again, I think this is probably the most crucial at-bat here in this lineup, in this order for the Nationals. Again, still trying to advance. Caden Johnson at second and Carson Johnson at first, up one position, and give the Nationals a chance to score. Foster will now look to deliver his 0-2 in to Carter Kelly. Here it comes. Swing and a miss there. Strike number 3. Down goes Kelly swinging. That's the second strikeout of this ball game for Quinn Foster, who's worked his way back in after a sluggish and rough start to the game today. Bouncing back really well with 2 straight strikeouts, and now here we are in the bottom of the potential third out right here. Tristan Byer up to bat. Still has, again, Johnson at first, Johnson at second. Carter Kelly went chasing on a slider. Just slid out. So now let's see what Byer can do after catching nearly 200 pitches yesterday against Grand Island Home Federal. That off speed in there. Strike number 1 is, again, Foster now really starting to get into rhythm. Had a tough start, went 8 balls, 1 strike, and now has bounced back to 10 balls and 9 strikes. 19 pitches so far. 2 runners on for the Nationals. 1 in scoring position, Joni at second. Foster takes that long glance at second and delivers. Check swing, it's going to fall, and there's going to be an easy out on over as Caden Johnson avoids the glove on over at second to Brody Arnold. The ball snuck away a little bit from Cole Throckmorton. And Throckmorton guns it over to first, and Arnold just couldn't apply the tag as Johnson slid a little bit off of the normal running line, and because of that, there's now a runner in scoring position at third, but an 0-2 count to Tristan Byer got called on the check swing. And now this situation gets a little bit more tense for Kearney with a runner just a couple of feet away at third, but an 0-2 count on the side of Quinn Foster, who will love to get out of this inning unscathed. Foster will get the call from Throckmorton. He's already struck out 2 in his last 2 batters. Can he do it for a third time here and end the inning for Kearney? Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Quinn Foster on the way, right to second. Oh, that's going to be down low, almost bouncing away from Throckmorton, but because of how low it was, Johnson was able to successfully make his way on over to second, so successfully making his way on over to second. Carson Johnson. So now 1-2 the count here from Quinn Foster to Tristan Byer, now on the way. High up in the zone, ball 2. It's now 1-2 the count. Excuse me, 2-2 the count. Tristan Byer on deck. Blaze Zyligan hitting that home run yesterday, and Dean McIntyre for the Nationals. 2-2 with 2 down here in this bottom of the first. As Quinn Foster now ready to deliver that 2-2 with 2 runners on. Here it comes, on the way. Ooh, down low and outside, ball 3 from Quinn Foster to Tristan Byer. Again, Johnson on over at third. Johnson on over at second. Both in scoring position if Tristan Byer can get one into the outfield. A crucial 3-2 pitch for either side coming up right here. At the bottom of the first inning. Foster steps and fires. It's going to be in there for strike number 3 as Byer got caught in a little bit of a jam, and because of that, the inning comes to an end. 3 straight strikeouts to end this inning from Quinn Foster, and we're now heading to the top of the second inning with the Nationals leaving 2 runners on the base paths, have yet to record a hit. We now go to the top of the second. Nationals tied with Kearney Runza here on day 3 of the A7 tournament in the winner's bracket here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmers insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back here, everybody, to the top of the second inning from Ryder Park. FNBO Nationals tied here with Kearney, runs a 0-0 in the top of the second. Our top of the second brought to you, of course, in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group, at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Alongside Midwest 8 TV. Farmers and ranchers, now is the time to get your 8 TVs and UTVs serviced with Midwest ATV, as Jace Blattner is up to bat now for Kearney to lead off this top of the second against Ty Robinson as he swings and fouls that off-speed off for strike number 1. Owen won the count now into said Jace Blattner here for the side of Kearney Runza. Robinson's next pitch will be a little looped up and going to be over the head of Ty Hannibord for a single. There's the first hit of this ballgame officially for either side as Jace Blattner gets on perfectly, be over the head of one Ty Hannibord and just in front of Blaze Zeiler. So now getting on Jace Blattner with some speed. You take it up again with Caleb Larson. Will be up to bat. Now here we go. What can Ty Robinson do again with a runner on at first base, though nobody out now. So again, Nationals expecting a bunt as Carter Kelly steps into the infield grass. As Robinson delivers, that one fouled off the bat for strike number 1 from Larson. Larson going swinging already, showing. Now it's going to be interesting. Will Carter Kelly continue to move his way into the grass, even though Larson showed swing on his first swing, and if he doesn't. All right, but there he goes. Carter Kelly does make his way onto the grass. So Robinson now will deliver his 0-1 pitch as it's on the way. That one's low and outside, ball 1. So again, even though Caleb Larson showed swing, Nationals still playing it very safe and pushing Carter Kelly into the grass, because the one time Kelly doesn't show he's going to go into the grass for a bunt, that's when Caleb Larson will bunt. So here comes the 1-1 now from Ty Robinson. Swing and a miss from Larson there. Strike number 2. Good pitch from Ty Robinson. Again, nobody out here in this top of the second. On over at first, Jace Blattner. He got on with a single to lead this inning off. Can Ty Robinson bounce back and strike out here? Caleb Larson. Here comes the 1-2 from Robinson. That one skied straight on up. Carter Kelly's going to call for it, get under it, and glove it there for out number 1. And that's how the first out will come about. Another pop-up, and that's really been the huge difference maker for the Nationals in this latter half of the season. Really reduced the walks and the hitting of batters, and has really gotten so much better of just getting easy outs. There's been a lot of ground outs and a lot of pop flies that the Nationals have induced in these last couple of weeks, and that's really been their success point and their key to the pitching staff. And so far it's been continuing here in the district tournament, as up to bat now comes Keegan Brand as Robinson's pitch is down low for ball number 1. Still Blattner at first. Hasn't really shown any effort to want to maybe attempt to steal. Very passive on the base pad so far for Kearney in their 2 instances they've had somebody on. Next pitch from Ty Robinson, off speed below the knees. Ball number 2 to Brand. Following Keegan Brand, Quinn Foster the pitcher, and then Brody Arnold again for Kearney Runza. 2-0 the count. 1 runner on, 1 out here, top of the second. Robinson delivers. Oh, that one just barely once more going to be outside. There's ball 3 to Brand. That one on the outside part of the zone on an off speed. It's 3-0 the count now. Let's see now what Robinson can do on the bounce back. 3-0. That one's going to sneak, though, in on the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. It's 3-1 now to Keegan Brand, who's really just been forcing Robinson to make the plays, has yet to swing on a bat. Here comes his 3-1. That's down low in the dirt, ball 4, and with that, 2 runners are now on the base pads for Kearney. Runs early on, and here up to bat now, Quinn Foster, the pitcher. So the pitcher-on-pitcher matchup now up here, and if Quinn Foster would get the most sweetest of revenge here against his opposing pitcher by getting a hit and driving a run home. Again, Blattner on over at second with Keegan Brand at first for Kearney. As Robinson now, for the first time today, really going to get the pressure put on him with 2 runners on in one in scoring position at second with Blattner. First pitch in, pops sky high up with it. McIntyre's trying to get under it. It's drifting, still drifting, and it will not be gloved by Dia McIntyre. Lost it in the sun, and with that, there's foul ball. So there's strike number 1, an easy out. I got, unfortunately, not picked up there by the young Dean McIntyre. Again, it's tough. The sun is set right behind the overhang at the moment, so you're looking directly into it as you're trying to find the ball, and because of that, one falls down and falls into the front of McIntyre for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now. Still 1 down here in the top of the second. Blattner at second, and then Keegan Brand at first with Quinn Foster up to bat. Robinson now with his 0-1 pitch. That's high, but in there for strike number 2. It's 0-2 the count now to Quinn Foster. Again, so far the Nationals have pitched 2 straight games of scoreless baseball against Grand Island USAV and Grand Island Home Federal, really shutting out the Grand Islands in this district tournament so far. As Robinson now with his 0-2 goes back to it, and it's just outside, ball number 1. Again, I do love the emphasis on when it's 0-2, try to pitch something around the zone to get Foster swinging, but that time a little too far out, so Foster recognized it early on and didn't swing. 0-2 with 1 down and 2 on for Kearney Runza here in this game number 3 of the A7 District Tournament. Robinson's 1-2 on the way. That one just barely foul tipped off by Quinn Foster, so we'll still keep it at 1-2. Brody Arnold on deck, then back to the top of the order with Garrison Burns for Kearney. Again, the main goal here for the Nationals, and probably from head coach Ricky Holmes' perspective, is keep Ty Robinson out there as long as he can, again, after using Jack Polk for a full almost 7 innings yesterday. The 1-2 from Robinson, once more outside, ball 2. That one a little bit closer to the zone on the outside part, but just not close enough, so it's now 2-2 the count with 1 down to pitcher Quinn Foster. Now 2 on here for side of Quinn Foster and Kearney. He'll take a long glance at second. 2-2. Off-speed skide straight on up. Hannaborg's going to get under it. Still getting under it. And will glove it there for out number 2. Another good fly out on the side of the FNBO Nationals. As here comes Brody Arnold now up to bat for Kearney. He is a 9-hole hitter, and he's in a crucial position, just like the Nationals were in last inning with 2 runners on. A good opportunity scoring-wise for Kearney here with Blattner at second and Brand at first. And Ty Robinson looking really good with his first pressure that's been applied today from Kearney here in this inning. Looking to get out of the inning unscathed, only allowing the 1 hit as he delivers. That off-speed's in there, strike number 1. Beautiful pitch from Ty Robinson. Got Brody Arnold sitting flat, and now it's an 0-1 count. There's only 1 hit been recorded so far in this ball game, and that'll be put up to Jace Blattner. As Robinson now with his 0-1 pitch goes. That one driven out to center field. Joni's going back at it, still going back, but he gets there and gloves it for out number 3, and just like that, the inning comes to an end. There was a bit of a scoring threat on the side of Kearney Runza, but they couldn't get anything across. They got one hit in this inning on no runs. We're heading to the bottom of the second. FNBO Nationals still tied up here with Kearney Runza. 0-0 when we come back here to Ryder Park on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
For fun conversations and amazing pizza, come to Dave's Place. Dave's Place on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Dave's Place is a great summertime place with their incredible fresh pizza of the month, wings, specials on beer, and cocktails.
And Dave's Place is kid-friendly, so bring them in for a fun time this summer.
Dine in, carry out, or DoorDash. Dave's Place is a North Platte tradition at 1510 East 4th Street.
CT Computer Services of North Platte has laptops for under $300 now in stock. If your computer is running slow, it probably needs a tune-up. Take it to CT Computer Services. The basic tune-up price is only $50 and save more on Tune-Up Tuesdays. CT Computer Services sells both new and refurbished desktops and laptops, and they have laptops for under $300 in stock now. See your IT guys at 905 South Willow or give them a call, 534-3628.
Welcome in here to the bottom of the second inning here in Ryder Park of, again, day 3 of the A7 District Tournament here in the winner's bracket side of the bracket. Nationals here against Kearney Runza. Kearney Runza taking down, that's right, 5 Points Bank Hastings yesterday to advance to this stage. Nationals defeating Grand Island Home Federal in a 13-inning barnstormer, 1-0. As here comes that Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game yesterday. One Blaze Zeiler again homered in that bottom of the 13th inning to give the Nationals the victory as his bunt is popped sky high up on over to third base to Brody Arnold, at third base, and because of that, that is the first out of this inning already for the Nationals. Now, Dean McIntyre will take his swings up for the first time here today. Again, taking a relief effort for Tristan Byer, who, again, caught almost 200 pitches yesterday in that game against Grand Island Home Federal as that pitch is in there. Strike number 1. Foster, again, bouncing back really good here after having a rough start in the bottom of the first inning and really turned it on into that inning with 3 straight strikeouts. And now already 1 out here in this bottom of the second. That pitch is down low, ball 1. Our bottom of the second, of course, brought to you in part by Kevin McCann and the Fortified Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years, alongside Clear Focus Eye Care. Clear Focus Eye Care specializing in preventative eye care, dry eye treatment, and vision therapy. Schedule your appointment here today as that next pitch is swung on and missed by Dean McIntyre for strike number 2. It's a 1-2 count now from Quinn Foster, who's going to pitch it in. Here it comes. That one is going to be foul-tipped off the bat and into the glove for out number 2 and the third strike of this at-bat. So down goes McIntyre yet again swinging. And there's now 2 down here in this bottom of the second for Andrew Brocious to come up to bat. Again, Brocious batting in the 9-hole yesterday, now batting today in the 8-hole with Ty Hanneborg being the 9-hole hitter. As that first pitch is too high from Quinn Foster for ball number 1. Now, here's the interesting thing that's going to be happening. We're all presuming that Grand Island Home Federal will be winning today against Pinnacle Bank Lexington, which is the next game here at 7 o'clock. If not, as I hold my thought, as Brocious swings and misses for strike number 1 on the pitch. But if Grand Island Home Federal does win against Lexington, the Nationals will automatically be facing Hastings tomorrow, as the Nationals, again, cannot play 2 of the same teams in consecutive games, as that one slowly grounded on over to Larson, over to first in time, and that is how this inning will come to an end on the side of the Nationals. A quick 1, 2, 3. We're heading to the top of the third. Nationals tied up here with Kearney Runza, 0-0 when we come back here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Hey, Premier Toyota, you'll find a friendly, easy-to-work with staff that will help you find the perfect car. Whether you're looking for something new or pre-owned, Premier Toyota's got a wide selection of vehicles to choose from.
Plus, Premier Toyota has Toyota-trained technicians, so you know you're always getting the very best in service and repairs. Schedule your service and factory scheduled maintenance today and keep your car running strong.
Stop by today and see why Premier Toyota is the #1 choice for car buyers. Let's go places.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ryder Park. The Nationals currently at the moment are tied up here with Kearney. Runs a 0-0. No runs on one hit, no errors on the side of the Kearney Runs a senior team. No runs, no hits, one error on the side of the FNBO Nationals. As I, oopsies, put the wrong error sign on the wrong team there. How about that? We'll fix the scoreboard there. As up to bat here for Kearney, 1, 2, and 3 in the order with Garrison Burns again, the leadoff batter, taking up his second at bat here against Ty Robinson. He grounded out to Jack Polk in his first plate appearance. Again, our top of the third, always brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortified. We'll be checking out his new location, 621 South Duty. Sweet B as that first pitch is in there for strike number 1. Holding back a sneeze there. I'm still trying to hold one back. It's currently 0-1 from Robinson. How about we make it 1-1 as he delivers it into Garrison Burns. And it's interesting to see how the Nationals are going to be able to bounce back from a 13-inning game yesterday and to continue on here in the upper bracket against Kearney. 1-1 to Burns. That off-speed is just outside there. Ball number 2. It's 2-1 the count now. Man, I'm telling you, that sneeze is just hanging on. Currently 2-1 now with nobody out, nobody on for the side of Kearney up to bat. Throckmorton on deck with Nolan Smith in the hole. The 2-1. That one grounded on over to Carter Kelly, who gloves it. Can he get it to first in time? Oh, no, it can't, as it'll pull Carson Johnson off of the bag. And with that, getting on with the hit there, Garrison Burns to lead off this inning for Kearney. And now, just like that, there's already one runner on base pad. A second error of this ballgame for the Nationals. He got the really good glove out over at third. Carter Kelly did, but he just couldn't convert the throw over perfectly to pull Carson Johnson off bag. So now one runner on for Cole Throckmorton, who reached on an error in his first plate appearance. That error came off of Ty Hanneborg, who couldn't hold on to it as he was trying to glove it and fling it to first. So now on over at first is a steal threat and Garrison Burns, but Ty Robinson staring down against left-handed pitcher as that one missed on the bunt from Throckmorton for strike number 1. An 0-1 count here. Man, that sneeze is just holding on. I'm so sorry. It's really not on my mind right now. Is on over at first, Garrison Burns. Throckmorton looking to apply the bunt again with nobody out and advance the runner freely over. Robinson delivers. Ooh, that's way down low. Ball number 1. 1-1 the count now with... There it is. Nobody out. And one on being Garrison Burns at first. Throckmorton looking to apply the bunt and move Burns to second to avoid the double. As here comes the 1-1. Swung on and missed by Cole Throckmorton. So now it's a 1-2 count. Interesting to see that they let Throckmorton swing. So now, can Ty Robinson get out of this at-bat with the first out? Excuse me, that was my third sneeze. 1-2 from Robinson. That one drilled on out to center field. It's going up pretty high. Brocious gets under it, and he gets there and gloves it for out number 1. As down goes Cole Throckmorton there on the first out of this top of the third inning. So following that at bat from Cole Throckmorton, here comes Nolan Smith. He flew out to Carson Johnson in his first plate appearance on over at first again. Garrison Burns with one out here in the top of the third inning. The pitch from Robinson. Now we're going to catch into the pickle. Garrison Burns. The tag will be applied. Oh, they're going to say he's safe at second. And now we're going to have a talk as here comes the first base umpire to talk with the second base umpire. No, they're going to move him along. Wow. Hanneborg just unfortunately couldn't apply the tag, and with that on over to second goes Garrison Burns. Stolen base for Garrison Burns, and what would have been an easy out with Burns caught in the pickle now turns into a runner in scoring position for Kearney Runza with Burns at second base. Slow grounder on over, gloved by Polk. The throw to first will be in plenty of time for out number 2, but that will advance the runner on over to third now. And I'm telling you, I just sneezed enough time. I was having a sneezing fit. And here comes the scariest man here in the order for Kearney Runza, Brian Anderson up to bat. Excuse me, Bryce Anderson up to bat. Anderson did fly out in his last at bat. In his first try to one Blaze Seiler in right field as he'll take that first pitch in there. Strike number 1. And he does have an opportunity to drive a run home with Garrison Burns in scoring position at third. Again, he played hero ball for Kearney in his last game. As that's gloved up, though, by Carson Johnson at first. And the inning will come to an end as he stepped on first. And another scoring threat thwarted by this Nationals defense as we're going to make our way on over to the bottom of the third inning with the Nationals leading. Well, I say leading, but are on potentially their way to leading if they can get a run here in this bottom of the third. Tied 0-0 when we come back here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Larry's Glass is better known and has over 40 years of experience in glass replacement and installation. Whether you need a new window for your home, storefront, or vehicle, they have the expertise to get the job done. Larry's team of skilled professionals use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your satisfaction. Larry's takes pride in delivering outstanding service with affordable pricing and are on the Better Business Bureau honor roll. Trust Larry's Glass to take care of your glass needs, and you'll appreciate the difference that over 40 years of experience can make.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
Welcome everybody here to the bottom of the third inning. It's currently a 0-0 ball game here in this bottom of the third. Our bottom of the third brought to you in part, of course, as always, by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years, as well as a big shout out to Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80 in North Platte, invites you to stop out and take a test drive here today. Premier Toyota, let's go places. Ty Hanneborg up to bat here against Quinn Foster for the first time today as that pitch is in there. Strike number 1 to Hanneborg. Of course, if you remember, just an inning ago, Hanneborg almost got the tag out at second with Garrison Burns caught in the pickle, but just barely missed it. The 0-1 high there, ball number 1 to Hanneborg. Again, looking for his first hit of the district tournament. Currently 5 strikeouts on the side of Quinn Foster as Hanneborg, after picking up a couple of hits to end the season, looking for a first here in the tournament. Skies that one skied into the air as Throckmorton's running towards it. It's going to be fouled off and out into the stands there for strike number 2. It's 1-2 now to Hanneborg. Following Ty, it's going to be Caden Johnson and then Carson Johnson in the order for the FNBO Nationals. And Kearney Runza taking on the FNBO Nationals here in the upper bracket matchup, tied 0-0. This is the third matchup of the year for the Nationals against Kearney. So far, the Nationals have a 2-0 advantage. The 1-2. Down low, it's going to sneak away from Throckmorton, but there's ball number 2. It's, again, once again, a 2-2 count here. Nobody out. Nobody on here is Hanneborg looking to be the first national batter to get on in this bottom of the third. And start up a potential scoring opportunity. Foster's now 2-2. Way upstairs, ball 3, and now it's 3-2 with Hanneborg now approaching a potential walk. It's a full count into the second baseman. Foster looking for his 6th strikeout. Hanneborg his first walk. The 3-2. Oh, it's down the middle. Strike number 3. Down goes Hanneborg looking. And just like that, there's one down in this inning. The 6th strikeout already for Quinn Foster in today's ball game. As now Caden Johnson comes up to bat. He walked in his first plate appearance. He was part of those 2 batters that Quinn Foster faced that really Foster struggled against in terms of his control. And now ever since then has been on a roll with 6 strikeouts as that curve is way inside ball number 1. Nobody on, 1 out here, bottom of the 3rd. Still tied, 0-0. 1-0 the count as Foster steps and fires to Joni. That's going to be down low at the knees. Ball number 2. It's 2-0 the count now. Foster, really much better job and is now 39 pitches, 20 strikes, and 19 balls. The 2-0 count. Make that now 2-1 as it finds its way in. For the first strike of this at-bat, again, Carson Johnson on deck with Jack Polk in the hole for the Nationals. That's 1, 2, and 3 in the order now. The 2-1 pitch. That one's skied up, but it will drift foul into the grandstands. For strike number 2, it's now a 2-2 count to Joni. Wind now pushing from directly behind me, so the wind's kind of in a swirl pattern as here's the 2-2 from Foster. It's going to be swung on and foul tipped off into the glove of Throckmorton for strike number 3, and now the 7th strikeout of this ball game for Foster. And here comes Carson Johnson, the last vestige of hope for the Nationals here in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Still tied 0-0. Don't want to say it, but I'm getting flashbacks to yesterday's 13-inning game here with the way we've been playing in this ball game. As Foster's first pitch is popped up behind the overhang for strike number 1. I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx us, but the way these 2 teams have been pitching so far, Foster looking good, Robinson looking good, both sides struggling to find hits. It's looking kind of scary. 0-1 into Johnson as Foster sets and fires. Turned on, driven to right field, back at it goes Hansen, and he'll get there though to glove it. Close to the warning track, and just like that, the inning comes to an end. A quick 1, 2, 3 for Kearney here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're heading to the top of the 4th. Still scoreless here at Ryder Park. When we come back, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Now the weather is warmer, it's time to dust off your golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. With beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views, River's Edge offers a modern course that is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. But that's not all. After your game, swing into another round sports bar for some amazing food and drinks. You'll find something for everyone on their menu, from juicy burgers to crisp salads and refreshing drinks. River's Edge is open to the public, so anyone can come and enjoy the fun.
With a whole lot of things being so expensive these days, you'll be surprised to know you can buy an RV for under $20,000. The Sunray Travel Trailers at Larry's RV in North Platte. Sunrays give you the opportunity to enjoy the outdoors while still enjoying some home comforts like AC, water, heater, refrigerator, and stovetops. Just some of the features you'll find in a Sunray. Plus, Sunrays are lightweight and most can even be pulled with a car. Stop in today and see the Sunray 129 and 149 models and the Sunray Light 16 HP at Larry's RV in North Platte.
Welcome back here, everybody, to Ryder Park. My allergies seem to have finally calmed down, and you know what's really calmed down? The scoring in this ball game. The last 2 games for the Nationals so far through the, what are we in the top of the 4th now? So we'll say 16 and a third innings have only accrued 1 run. We're here at top of the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Kearney. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for the Nationals as up to bat. He's not going to be Carson Johnson. He, unfortunately, flew out to right field as I set my stats back up. Jace Blattner, he is the lone batter to record a hit in today's ball game. He did that in the 2nd inning for Kearney, as he's now up to bat here once again. 1-0 count from Ty Robinson into Blattner. Make that 2-0 now. As, again, thank you to our sponsors, Kevin McGann in the Fortified Room. And check out his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, alongside Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. You can find out more on 1510 East 4th Street in North Platte. As that pitch yet again is down low, ball 3 to Blattner. Quick 3 pitches, 3 balls from Ty Robinson into Blattner as he looked to fire at least a strike here. He's able to do so. It's now 3-1 the count to Jace Blattner. Following Blattner, Caleb Larson, then Keegan Brand. This part of the order caused a little bit of fits for Ty Robinson is their last time through. The 3-1, driven out to left field. It's going long distance. It'll get to the fence line for at least a stand-up double from Blattner as Brocious will fire it in. And just like that, a stand-up double from Jace Blattner here in the top of the 4th inning. And just like that, talked about how this part of the order provided the most issues for Ty Robin. Now the second hit comes through for Kearney, and it's now a runner already in scoring position. Jace Blattner at second. Larson flew out to Carter Kelling his last at-bat. He's the next batter up here against Ty Robinson. As Ty Rob will love to bounce back at this very moment. Again, nobody out. 1 on being at second, Blattner. As Robinson's first pitch is swung on and missed by Larson for strike number 1. Following Larson, Keegan Brand, then Quinn Foster. As time is called, the home plate umpire going to brush off home plate. And Blattner now the only batter to record 2 hits today, a single and a double. He's on cycle watch already for Kearney in this ball game. As Robinson's ready to rock and roll with an 0-1 count against Caleb Larson. He'll take a long glance at second and now deliver. Looking to lay the bunt down. He does so successfully, but it'll fall foul. Does Caleb Larson's bunt for strike number 2. It's currently a 0-2 count on in here at the moment to Larson. Still again with the thought process with nobody out. It'd be really nice to bunt his way to third base. It's Caleb Larson's thought process. Currently an 0-2 count. Ty Robinson looking for the first out here. A strikeout will do it. For the 0-2. Oh, down low. Ball number 1, but doesn't get far enough away from McIntyre to advance the runner. And again, we talked about these last couple of days how much of a game changer the grass has been, really killing all momentum from the baseballs, not allowing anything to roll. So far, that played a little bit of a play into the bunt attempt from Larson. Here comes the 1-2. Whoa, that's way outside. Oh, no, it gets away from Dean McIntyre. And just like that, the runner's going to make his way on over to third. A little bit of an error from McIntyre on his positioning. He did have the right thought process. Glove was outside on the pitch, but didn't firmly close it down. And because of that, the runner, Blattner, advances on over to third. And now is in scoring position. It's a 2-2 count in here to Caleb Larson. As Robinson delivers. Swing and a miss. It'll bounce away from Dean McIntyre. And they're going to call that a third pitch drop strike, but it doesn't matter as Larson is going to make his way on over to first on the drop third pitch strike. And just like that, 2 runners are on now for Kearney. Larson's on over at first. Blattner's on over at third. And just like that, here comes Keegan Brand. He walked in his first plate appearance for Kearney Runza, but Nationals do have a little bit of some hope here as a double play would at least get 2 outs, but probably score the runner at third. As Brand now steps into the batter's box, he's ready to rock and roll. As Larson's on over at first, Blattner at third. Nobody out here in this top of the 4th. Driven out to right field. It's absolutely crushed. Zeiler goes back at it, gloves it. Tagging up goes Blattner. The throw on home. He actually would have gotten there, but pulls the side of Dean McIntyre out with that sacrifice fly out to right field. That will score the first run of this ball game for Kearney Runza. As the lead now is 1-0 here in this third game of today, of this tournament for either side on the upper bracket matchup, and it's Kearney that draws first blood, and now Quinn Foster comes up to bat. 0 for 1 today. He flew out to Ty Hanneborg in his first at-bat, and Now Kearney holds on to the slim 1-0 lead. So still on over at first, though, is Caleb Larson. He didn't leave on the tag up, and that pitch from Ty Robinson's down low. Ball number 1. So here we are once again in this top of the 4th inning. 1-0 now the lead for Kearney Runza. 2 hits on the day, no errors for Kearney, no runs, 2 errors for the Nationals on their side. Bit of an error, a bit of an oddity as that next pitch is skied on out to right field. Zyler's going to get on under it and glove it out there for out number 2. Good couple of bounce back pitches from Ty Robinson, gets 2 outs. So far, no other runners might be coming across for Kearney Runzas. Brody Arnold, the 9-hole hitter, is now up to bat for the side of Kearney. He's flew out to Caton Johnson in his first plate appearance. Still has Larson on over at first for Kearney. Still a 1-0 lead for Runza here in this upper bracket matchup. Robinson takes his glance at first and delivers. That one fouled down the third base side, so we'll now start this at bat with a 0-1 count for Arnold. Winner of this game goes on to face the winner, I believe, of the Grand Island Pinnacle Bank game. Loser goes to take on Hastings, and that one way outside. Good jump up from Dean McIntyre to glove it. Either which way, North Platte will be facing Hastings tomorrow. Whether they win or lose, if they win, they'll be forced to play Grand Island, forced to play Hastings if Grand Island wins. The 1-1? Well, that's just going to sneak its way in for strike number 2 from Ty Robinson. And then if they lose, they will automatically go to the loser's bracket and then go take on 5 Points Bank Hastings. So either which way, they'll be taking on Hastings tomorrow. Would love to do it, though, without a loss on their record here in this A7 district tournament. The 1-2 from Ty Rob. Popped up to Joni out in center field. He's going back at it. He gets under it and gloves it for out number 3. So 1 run did come across in this inning on 1 hit. And now Kearney Runza takes the 1-0 lead. And we now head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Can the Nationals bounce back right here and get a run across and tie it up? When we come back here to Ryder Park, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Planning a special event, whether it be a wedding, concert, sporting event, convention, or anything else, the DNN Event Center can handle it all. The DNN Event Center is the biggest event center in North Platte. This building is perfectly suited for anything from small gatherings to major events. Rent just one small room or book the entire facility. The choices are endless at the DNN Event Center, your home for exciting events, special moments, and precious memories. Call today to make your reservation at 534-0255.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ryder Park. Nationals at the moment trailing now. Kearney runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0 with Jack Polk up to bat. Again, our bottom of the 4th brought to you in part by Kevin McGinn and the Fortify Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years. Stop out and see Kevin McGinn at 621 South Dewey, Suite B in North Platte for, again, all your farm, crop, auto, home, and commercial insurance. Jack Polk up to bat. He struck out looking his first plate appearance. He'll foul that one back to the parking lot. That might almost have bounced off my vehicle. Therefore, strike number 1. Foster up to 45 pitches, 25 strikes, and 19 balls. Well, correction, 26 strikes now in 19 balls. Here's his 0-1 to Polk. Off speed in there for strike number 2. Again, he's really picked up the tempo after starting the game really on the back foot. 0-2 now. Again, we talked about how, again, any Kearney pitcher, they've been known for, if they get off to a rough start, that they will be bouncing back, and when they get into a rhythm, they really get into a rhythm. But I say that pitch way up there for ball number 1. It's 1-2 the count now. Also, thank you to our sponsors. That's right, the Shelter Insurance guys, Pete Bowles and Brett Rogo. Go see them for auto, home, life, and more. It's Shelter Insurance. 1-2 the count. Turned on by Polk, but dropped out of the glove there of Brody Arnold as Polk couldn't, unfortunately, get going. He thought that Arnold caught it, so he stopped running. That would have been a single, and Polk would have gotten on if he continued to run from the get-go, but Arnold easily throws Polk out at first. And just like that, there's one down here, this bottom of the fourth, for Carter Kelly to come up. He struck out swinging on a pitch way outside the zone in his first plate appearance. Following Carter Kelly, Tristan Byer, and then Blaze Seiler for the Nationals. Foster sets and fires his first pitch into Carter Kelly as that bounces out and away from Throckmorton. Ball number 1. 1-0 the count now to the third baseman. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors for Kearney Runza. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for the Nationals. The 1-0 pitch. Way up high, ball 2 to Kelly from Foster. Again, who's really working into a rhythm. Nationals yet to record a hit today. Really looking to find some sort of momentum and make their way up the next round of the bracket, of the upper bracket. That pitch outside and far out. Ball 3. It's now 3-0 the count from Quinn Foster. As here comes, again, the 3-0 pitch from Foster to Carter Kelly, who could walk here. Oh, that's going to be at the knees and in for strike number 1. Good bounce back pitch from Foster. 3-1 with 1 out here in this bottom of the fourth. Nationals trailing by 1 now. Would love to find a way to get a run across here and tie this game up. Foster gets the sign from Cole Throckmorton that he likes, and now fires away his 3-1 pitch. That's going to be at the knees and down low for ball 4, and Carter Kelly will take his walk on over to first bases. Here comes Tristan Byer now up to bat. He struck out looking in his first plate appearance. Again, had some runners in scoring position at second and third base. Last time he came up to bat, unfortunately got caught frozen at the plate, and now would love to turn it around and move Carter Kelly not only to second, but get on with the hit and give the Nationals some pressure to be put on Quinn Foster and Kearney. Carter Kelly again on over at first as Byer going to receive the first pitch from Foster. Off speed. Ooh, outside. There's ball number 1. Beautiful changeup from Quinn Foster, but it's just outside. Ball 1, 1-0 the count now. As again, Tristan Byer getting the day off today from the defensive standpoint is the DH for the Nationals today. Here comes the 1-0 from Foster. That is way up and in almost towards Byer's head. It's 2-0 the count again. Tristan Byer yesterday almost collecting 200 pitches from 2 different pitchers in just 1 game. So a well-deserved break in the lone time. We'll see the Nationals pull out a DH. 2-0 the count to Byer with Ken Carter Kelly at first. Here comes that pitch from Quinn Foster. Now on the way. Check swing. It's outside once again. Ball 3. So Foster really struggling here in this bottom of the fourth inning with his control. As now Byer is working his way to a walk. As Foster will love to bounce back. Delivers now his 3-0 pitch. Check swing, but it's in there. Strike number 1 to Tristan Byer. Following Byer, Blaze Seiler again, who hit that home run yesterday to walk off Grand Island Home Federal. And then Dean McIntyre. So 6, 7, and 8 are up to bat right now and due up after that. Here comes a 3-1 pitch from Quinn Foster. Swung on and missed by Tristan Byer. That pitch was way outside. It's now strike 2. It's 3-2 the count now with 1 down. Oh man, that pitch, if he just took it, would have been ball 4, but now it's a 3-2 count as Quinn Foster looking at another strikeout. Glances it first with 1 down here. Here comes his full count, 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed by Byer. Kelly making his way on over to second, and he will not get there, as they're going to say that Garrison Burns couldn't apply the tag to Carter Kelly, so Kelly successfully steals second base, but there's now 2 outs here in this inning as down goes Byer swinging on another pitch that was going to be outside the zone. As now here comes Blaze Seiler with an opportunity to not only move Carter Kelly up, but score a run with him and scoring range at second base. Seiler again hit that home run yesterday off of Riley Plummer. Maybe we can see another one here today. Kelly at second. Foster up to pitch. As that pitch is down low from Throckmorton. Ball number 1. Seiler again flew out in his first plate appearance against Kearney. On over to Brody Arnold. He tried to lay down a bunt. Now with facing a 1-0 count, what kind of damage can he do? Wind kind of blowing in from center field as the 1-0 on the way. Long hold, though, from Quinn Foster as Blaze Zeiler now has to call time to reset. It's a 1-0 lead still up here for the side of Kearney Runza. A 1-0 count, though, into Blaze Zeiler with Carter Kelly in scoring position at second base. Foster will finally get the sign from Throckmorton, and here comes his 1-0 count on the way. Tight inside, but he'll find the mark for strike number 1. It's 1-1 the count now to Zeiler. Dean McIntyre is due up for the Nationals next on deck with Andrew Brocious in the hole. It's a 1-1 count now. As here comes Foster trying to find yet again the last out of this inning. But Zeiler looking for the first run for the Nationals and their first hit. That one fouled off the bat of Zeiler for strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count now. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 lead for Kearney Runza. Quinn Foster having himself a strong game now. 62 pitches, 34 strikes, and 28 balls. He started off on the backhand foot with 8 balls to 1 strike and was really put in a tough situation that he himself put himself in. A lot of himself's there in that sentence, but he was able to work his way out and has been really good ever since. The 1-2 from Quinn Foster to Blaze Zeiler on the way. That's going to find its way in there. Oh my good heavens. That's going to be outside. Ball number 2. I mean, even I thought, I already called it in there. That looked like that was in the zone, but 2-2 the count. Where we're sitting with 2 down. So another opportunity for Zeiler to see what he can do against Quinn Foster. The glance once more at second. Here comes that payoff. 2-2 from Foster on the way. Swung on and missed by Zeiler. It was down low out of the zone, and that's how this inning will come to an end. Another strikeout there on the side by Quinn Foster. We're heading to the top of the 5th. Nationals at the moment are trailing the side of Kearney Runza 1-0. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Are you or a loved one in need of medical equipment to improve your quality of life? Look no further than Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment. Our state-of-the-art and affordable medical products are specifically designed to return your independence. From manual and power wheelchairs, mobility scooters, and lift chairs to walking aids, ramps, hospital beds, and bath safety products. We have everything you need to make your home a comfortable and safe place to live. We even provide CPAP and BiPAP equipment and supplies, as well as oxygen equipment and supplies. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today.
If your tranny starts to making sounds that you don't want to hear, if it's slipping and a sliding, won't go in or out of gear, call the transmission specialist, BG&S. You've got the very best four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, automatic standard too. BG&S Transmissions.
BG&S Transmissions. Free towing, free estimates, and all their work is guaranteed. Call BG&S in North Platte at 800-344-2427.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 1 Ryder Park in Grand Island. Currently, Kearney Runza with a 1-0 lead over the FNBO Nationals. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors for Kearney Runza compared to no runs on no hits and 2 errors for the FNBO Nationals. Are again top of the 5th inning, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Garrison Burns will be leading off here in this top of the 5th inning. He grounded out in his first plate appearance, but did reach on a Carter Kelly error in his second that later almost brought him home, but unfortunately didn't, as that pitch tight inside on that fastball from one Ty Robinson for ball number 1 as Burns was looking to lay the bunt down. Thank you to our sponsors here again, Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Carter Kelly gloves it on over at third. The throw to first in time, and that time there's no error from Carter Kelly. He gets the job done for the first down of this top of the 5th inning. Hey, also shout out and a big thank you to Another Round / Rivers Edge Golf Course. After your golf game, swing into Another Round for some amazing food and drinks. How about Cole Throckmorton coming up to bat? He reached on an error in his first plate appearance in the first inning when Ty Hanneborg couldn't glove the single in the infield and then flew out to one Andrew Brocious in left field in his second as that pitch from Ty Robinson finds the mark for strike number 1. Following Throckmorton, Nolan Smith and Bryce Anderson for Kearney Runza. Another fantastic pitching duel between these two teams. And for the Nationals, their second straight game where they've just been absolutely rock solid on the mound. Again, Carson Johnson and Jack Polk were amazing yesterday against Grand Island Home Federal as that one's a blooper on over, gloved by Jack Polk. The throw to first, plenty of time, and down goes Throckmorton for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here for the side of the FNBO Nationals as up now comes Nolan Smith. The only difference between yesterday's game is that Kearney now holds the 1-0 lead. Yesterday, the Nationals walked off Grand Island Home Federal in the bottom of the 13th inning to make their way here in the upper bracket to take on Kearney Runza, who took down Hastings, the number 1 team, yesterday before the Nationals game. And now, so far, Kearney Runza leading 1-0 as the pitch from Robinson is driven up over the head of Jack Polk into center field for a base hit. So Nolan Smith with 2 downs records the 3rd hit of this ball game for Kearney Runza. As now coming up to bat, the ever-scary Bryce Anderson. Again, he hit the home run yesterday against 5 Points Bank Hastings that really turned the tides of that game and pushed it into the favor of Kearney. And now, with 1 runner on over at first being Nolan Smith, another opportunity for him. But he is 0 for 2 today as that pitch is down low in the dirt for ball number 1. He line drived out to Blaze Zeiler in his first plate appearance and then grounded out to Carson Johnson. A hard ground out to Carson Johnson in his second. So he's 0 for 2 today. Overall, as a series against North Platte, Bryce Anderson not really having the strongest of years against the Nationals. That pitch from Ty Robinson is down low, ball 2. It's a quick 2-0 count to the big man Anderson, but you can't blame Ty Robinson trying to work around the zone with the power of Anderson. Wind is basically dying down to 0 now at the moment as Ty Rob now will look to fire in his 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. That is skied straight up into the air. Hanneborg's going to get on under it, and he gloves it there for out number 3. And just like that, we're now making our way to the bottom of the 5th inning, a quick top of the 5th. Can the Nationals bounce back and record their first hit as well as get their first one? Well, you'll have to tune in to find out when we come back here to Ryder Park, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Swing into the season by calling Linda Meyer Law for all your legal needs. Our lineup consists of all-star caliber attorneys, Bob Lindemeyer, Amanda Spikert, Kent Florum, Kent Turnbull, and rookie sensations Victoria Hervey and Natalie Hoffman. When life gets to the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs, we'll step up to the plate and hit a home run for you. Call Lindemeyer Law, 534-6740. That's Lindemeyer Law, 534-6740.
Hannah is at the library, and she brought Runza onion rings.
They're very crunchy, and crunchy is loud.
That's the double-dipped breading talking. Maybe they'd be quieter if you dip them in Runza's onion ring dip.
Wait, they have onion ring dip?
They do. Make some noise for Runza's homemade onion rings and dip. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the bottom of the 5th inning. Currently, it's a 1-0 lead for the side of Kearney Runza. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors for the side of Kearney. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for the FNBO Nationals. Dean McIntyre's up to bat. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance here against Quinn Foster. Let's see if he can turn things around in his second at-bat as Foster's first pitch is too high, ball number 1. Again, Nationals just trailing 1-0, so it's not the end of the world at the moment in terms of scoring. They just need to take that first step and find their first hit, as that next pitch from Foster is too high. Ball 2. They've had a couple of opportunities to bring some runs home after some walks by the side of Quinn Foster, but really that's been about it. They haven't really been able to get their bat to the ball and get one in the outfield. That one tight inside to the face of McIntyre. Ball 3, so it's a quick 3-0 count from Quinn Foster to Dean McIntyre, with, again, on deck being Andrew Brocious and Ty Hanneborg in the hole. Foster now looking at his 3-0 pitch, delivers to Throckmorton. That one high around the letters and in for ball number 1. It's 3-1 now to McIntyre. Again, McIntyre getting the start today over Tristan Byer, who's DHing. The rarest time you'll see the Nationals bring a DH up to 3-1. Oh, that's down low, ball 4, and down on over to first is going to be Dean McIntyre, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe Race Morkey come on for the courtesy run. Yep, there goes Race Morkey making his way on over to first. As now here comes Andrew Brocious up to bat for the Nationals. Morkey on over at first. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see Brocious lay the bunt down, as Brody Arnold is thinking the same thing. He's already made his way to the infield grass. Potentially might be moving even further up. And Brocious has attempted a bunt already here today. Wasn't successful, but with Morkey on over at first and nobody out, wouldn't be surprised if he tries it. Here comes Foster's first pitch in. That's high, ball number 1, as Brocious didn't even get into the bunt formation, so it's 1-0 the count now. Again, Morkey on over at first. Brocious so far has the go-ahead to swing, but it could all change right here. 1-0 the count. Foster sets and fires. That's going to be in the zone. Strike number 1. It's 1-1 the count now to Brocious. Once again playing left field, and I'm surprised to see Brocious not looking to apply the bunt. Maybe they're trying to keep Quinn Foster and this defense honest and then surprise lay down a bunt. 1-1 now. A pickoff attempt going to be tried, but Morkey gets back in time. Good reflexes by the young Race Morkey. So still one runner on at first, being Race Morkey. After McIntyre was walked, he comes now to courtesy on. Courtesy run does Race. 1-1 the count. Foster will get the sign from Throckmorton and deliver in to Brocious. Here it comes. He looks to lay the bunt down now, but it's too low. On over. Morkey will go successfully to second, as Throckmorton had a not good throw, as it really pulled Garrison Burns away from second base. That's really the first throw all year that we've seen Cole Throckmorton not make a really accurate throw. So Morkey successfully steals second. The pitch was down low for a ball. It's now 2-1 the count to Andrew Brocious, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to go swinging or maybe apply a surprise bunt, as Nolan Smith is in the grass. Thinking bunt. As Foster takes a glance at second to Morkey. Here comes the 2-1. Laid down by Brocious, but fouled immediately back to the fence line for strike number 2. It's 2-2 the count now to the left fielder. Following Brocious, it's going to be Ty Hanneborg and then Caden Johnson. As the home plate umpire now going to run out and go grab the baseball. Nobody from Kearney wanted to go out and help the man, so he did it himself. 2-2 the count. Nobody out. Race Morkey in scoring position for the Nationals on over at second. First time in a little bit that the Nationals have a scoring opportunity. They have been unsuccessful in their other 2. You know what they say, third time's a charm. Here comes the 2-2. Stepping off there is Foster to try to pick off Morkey at second, but Race gets back in plenty of time. So here we go, 2-2. Can Brocious, who's once again this last end of June, early July, struggling to find his early season success from the hitting standpoint, prime opportunity to bring Morkey home. As Foster now fires the 2-2 pitch into Brocious. That one fouled off and will head right behind me and off of the fence line behind me for yet again another 2-2 count. This is a very intense moment. I really think this could be a game-altering inning for the Nationals if they can somehow magically bring Race Morkey on home from second and tie this game up. I really think that puts this game back into effect for the Nationals With a 2-2 count, here comes Foster's pitch to Brocious. Way tight in. There's ball 3, and now the scary thing is you don't want to walk Brocious because now you have both Race Morkey and Andrew Brocious, 2 speedsters, on the bags. 3-2 the count. Quinn Foster now back into the pitcher's circle, and now Brocious as well. 3-2, nobody out. Morkey at second. Foster fires the 3-2 full count pitch, but time's going to be called before he could do so. Still nobody out here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Prime opportunity for the Nationals to finally get not only a hit, but a run to come across potentially here with Brocious and tie this game up at 1 apiece. Kearney leads 1-0 here, bottom of the 5th inning. Foster will collect the sign from Throckmorton and get ready. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Quinn Foster. It's in there, strike 3, and down goes Brocious looking. There's the first out of this inning, and down he goes. A 9th strikeout for Quinn Foster today. And now here comes Ty Hanneborg up to bat. He's 0 for 1, struck out looking in his first plate appearance. Yet again, still has Race Morkey on over at second. Nationals trying to find that first run today and really find some sort of momentum on the hitting side. Have yet to record a hit already here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As here comes Foster's first pitch in to Hanneborg. That's high up, ball number 1. It's 0-1 count again. Race Morkey on over at second, courtesy running for Dean McIntyre, who walked in his at-bat. Following Ty Hanneborg, it's going to be Caden Johnson and then Carson Johnson for the Nationals. So 1 and 2 due up after Hanneborg. It's a 1-0 count to the young second baseman with Morkey again at second base. Foster going to now throw it on over. It's going to get into the outfield. Is Morkey going to go? There goes Race Morkey. He's going to make his way on over to third. So a mistake on the side of Kearney has now allowed the Nationals to get into an even better opportunity to score. On the error, a little bit behind Caleb Larson. That's the second time that we've seen Cole Throckmorton make a bad throw. And that time it's going to cost Kearney, as that's an error on over. And because of that, here we go. 1-0 pitch now into Hanneborg. He looked to lay the bunt down, but that pitch is outside ball 2 as Nolan Smith was running on to glove it. I just don't know how I feel about, even though, yes, Ty Hanneborg is yet to record a hit, I just don't know about how I feel about this bunt with the runner at third. I know Morkey's got the speed, but it just frightens me a little bit. So 2-0 is the count now into Hanneborg. He'll look to yet again apply the bunt. The pitch popped up, and it'll fall foul following the bunt attempt for strike number 1. Again, that's what scares me here. As here comes yet another attempt for Hanneborg. And again, that's the scary thing. If it's popped up and gloved for the second out, it kind of defeats the purpose of what was going on with the bunt attempt. So 2-1 now to Hanneborg. Nolan Smith in the grass, expecting this bunt. Here comes Quinn Foster's 2-1 pitch. Hanneborg applies yet again another bunt, too low. And Morkey really far away from third. Will get back in time before Throckmorton can throw. It's now an 2-2 count to the young Hanneborg, as he is desperately trying to apply the bunt and move Morkey home. So 2-2. He takes a deep breath, readjusts his batting helmet, and here we go. 2-2 with 1 out. Nationals trying desperately to score the runner at third, being Race Morkey. The pitch. It's down to the knees and in there for strike number 3. The 10th strikeout for Quinn Foster. And now with 2 down, here comes Caden Johnson up to bat. Johnson, the last vestige of hope for the Nationals here to score a runner. Again, another opportunity for the Nationals, slowly slipping from their fingers here at the moment, as Johnson's 0 for 1 today, walked in his first plate appearance and struck out swinging in his second. His first pitch into Johnson. That one blooped on up, gloved by the shortstop. Burns to first. It's going to be in time, and that'll do it here for this bottom of the 5th inning. Another situation for the Nationals to get a run across, and their situational hitting couldn't get it done, and we're heading to the top of the 6th. Nationals once again trailing in this one 1-0 when we come back here to Ryder Park on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
This is Kurt Carter with Red Willow Chemical. Red Willow Chemical is your one-stop shop for all your crop protection needs. We sell and support products from top manufacturers like Bayer, BASF, Syngenta, Corteva, and FMC. Call me today, 308-340-7751. Visit us online at rwchemical.com to check out all your options and make sure you're getting the right products to optimize yield.
Growing relationships one crop at a time. Red Willow Chemical.
Are you ready to make a lasting impression? It's time to embrace distinction and stand out from the crowd. Willow Creek Embroidery, your go-to destination for exceptional personalization. They specialize in awards and trophies. Whether you're recognizing achievements in sports, academics, or business, they have a wide selection to honor the best of the best. Visit them today at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Carries. Discover the exceptional personalization that sets you apart. Willow Creek Embroidery in North Platte.
Welcome back here to the top of the 6th inning. Our top of the 6th brought to you in part by Kevin McCann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McCann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as thank you to our premier video sponsor, Allo Communications. Allo has packages that let you experience fast, reliable fiber internet, fiber TV, and fiber phone online at allofiber.com. Jace Blattner is up to bat. He is on cycle watch so far today. He's got a single and a double to his name. He has been the real thorn in the side for the FNBO Nationals, as there is action in the bullpen for Kearney Runza here at the moment. And Blattner 2 for 2. Ty Robinson still on the mound. Looks like he might be going this entire game as that pitch is in there. Strike number 1. He's up to 63 pitches, now 64. 43 strikes and 21 balls. Another great effort from Ty Robinson here today. 0-1 pitch now going to be on the way to Blattner. He drives that out to left field. Back at it goes Andrew Broach, is still going, and he gloves it for out number 1. So that probably will do it for the cycle attempt from Blattner. And there's one down here in this top of the 6th inning. Even though 3 runs have come up, even though 3 hits have been given up here by Ty Robinson, the 1 run, he has had himself another strong day. 65 pitches. A lot of them have been in the zone. He's really given his defense plenty of opportunities to make plays, but those 2 errors have been a little costly for the Nationals in this ballgame. As that first pitch into the new batter, Caleb Larson, is down low. Ball number 1 again. 0 for 2 today. Larson flew out in his first plate appearance and got on base with a dropped 3rd strike, as that one is swung and missed for strike number 1 on that fastball. 1-1. No action in the bullpen for the Nationals. The pitcher warming up in the bullpen for Kearney is going to be Garrison Burns, as Robinson's 1-1 is delivered. That one rocketed foul down the third base side for strike 2 of this at-bat. And Ty Robinson just really efficient with his pitches today. Really hasn't overexerted himself, as you can tell with the 68 he's thrown so far. Here comes the 1-2 from Ty Rob. Ooh, just outside. Ball number 2. It's 2-2 the count now to Caleb Larson. Following Larson and Keegan Brand, and then Quinn Foster. That is 7-8, 2 up after 6-hole hitter. 2-2. Pops sky high. Up at it is going to be Ty Hannibal running to get it. Still going. He gloves it there for out number 2. Another 2 up, 2 down situation for the Nationals, as here comes Keegan Brand now up to bat for the side of FNBO, or excuse me, FNBO. Kearney Runza. He's yet to record a hit or a statistic this game. Walked in his first plate appearance, and sacrifice flew out to Blaze Zeiler in his second. As Robinson's pitch is in there, strike number 1. He is feeling it now, Ty Robinson is. As we're going to have warming up hitting-wise is Landon Greeno. And that next pitch from Ty Rob at the knees is in there. Strike number 2. It's 0-2 now, the count in to Keegan Brand. Robinson looking for the strikeout. Here it comes, 0-2. Swing and a miss, dropped by McIntyre. Can he get it to first in time? He will, and that ends the inning. A quick 1-2-3 for the Nationals here in the top of the 6th inning. They're now going to make their way to the bottom of the 6th. Can they finally get some momentum on their side with the potential new pitcher up to bat here for Kearney Runza? We'll see when we come back here at FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ryder Park. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nationals still trailing Kearney Runza 1-0, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error for the side of Kearney. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for the side of the FNBO Nationals. Still on the mound, though, is Quinn Foster. Garrison Burns was getting some warm-up pitches for a potential save in the bottom of the 7th inning. Our bottom of the 6th inning, though, is brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out his new location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet Beat, alongside Sandhill State Bank, the most committed brand in banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, Juanita, Bassett, Valentine, Harrison, Alliance, Arthur, and Hyannis. Go to sandhillstate.com for the full list of services and locations. 0 for 1 today is Carson Johnson. He walked in his first plate appearance and had a loud out to Jacob Hansen in right field. As Foster's first pitch is down low, ball number 1. I honestly think this is the best opportunity for the Nationals to score, as Quinn Foster has been showing a little bit of some blemishes in the armor now with his control. I say that curveball's in there for strike number 1. Beautiful pitch. It's a 1-1 count now to Carson Johnson. Jack Polk is due up with Carter Kelly in the hole for the Nationals. Foster steps and fires his 1-1 in. That one, slow grounder on over to Larson at second. Gloves it. The throw to first in time. And there's one down already here in this bottom of the 6th inning. So now here comes Jack Polk up to bat. 0 for 2 today. He struck out looking in his first plate appearance and then grounded out to Garrison Burns in his second. I'm all dying here from the allergies. They just picked up all of a sudden. So here comes Polk with an opportunity to maybe get things rolling for the Nationals, trailing just 1 run here in this upper bracket matchup against Kearney Runza. First pitch into Polk is down low, ball number 1. 1-0 the count. Again, Nationals have the season series over Kearney this year, going 2-0, a win at home and a win on the road, an 8-7 victory at home and a 5-3 victory on the road. The 1-0 pitch, that's around the knees, but too low. Ball number 2 to Jack Polk. Beautiful stuff from him to keep it nice and calm. As now Foster will get the glance and the sign from Throckmorton and deliver the 2-0 pitch to Polk. That one, slow grounder on over to Arnold at third. A throw to first. It's going to pull off the first baseman. And just like that, Jack Polk will get on. As the throw pulled the first baseman, Nolan Smith, off the bag. And a little bit of some counting the blessings on the side of the Nationals there, as it was a mighty fine bang-bang play at first base. And there is the second error of this ball game for the side of Kearney. And now, here comes Carter Kelly. Hit a home run earlier in this tournament. He's 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging in his first plate appearance, walked in his second. Has Polk over at first base for the Nationals. An amazing opportunity for maybe him and this team to get rolling here. Way upstairs and outside. Mitch, I put two words together there, and it made a weird conglomeration of letters. It's a 1-0 count now, though, to Carter Kelly, as that pitch was outside and upstairs. Ball one. Polk at first. As Foster steps and fires into his 1-0. That once more is high and tight inside. Ball two. The commonality has been starting to brew here for Quinn Foster, as his pitches have been outside the zone, have been more sporadic. Polk's over at first. Is a steal threat if he gets a good jump. 2-0 the countdown with one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Nationals could potentially threaten to score once again. The 2-0 turned on to left field. That's going to go up as it pulls foul. Oh, it does so. Oh, Carter Kelly yet again could have had another one, but pulled it foul. Unbelievable. Carter Kelly had the exact read he was looking for on a pitch in the zone, but just pulled it foul, and with that, it's a 2-1 count now to Carter Kelly, with Polk again at first. Foster will now deliver that 2-1 pitch. There goes Jack Polk, a pitch high up. The throw to second, it's not going to be in time, so Jack Polk will successfully steal second base. And now it's a 3-1 count to Carter Kelly with one out here. So here we go. An amazing opportunity for the Nationals here. If Quinn Foster walks Carter Kelly, we'll have another two runners on with one out for Tristan Byer. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from from Quinn Foster into Carter Kelly. That one fouled off behind me. There's strike number two, and now this count has been worked full. 3-2 now. Big pitch from Quinn Foster and a big at-bat for Carter Kelly here. With a runner in scoring position, Jack Polk at second base, the Nationals trailing by one. Foster glances at second. Here comes the 3-2. That one, loud grounder on over to Arnold at third. The throw to first in time, but Polk will make his way on over to third. So that sacrifice ground out essentially moved Jack Polk up. Here we go to third base. And now we're at the same place we've seen so many times today. Tristan Byer up to bat. A runner in scoring position on over at home. Tristan Byers up to bat. He has struck out in his two appearances today. All of those on full counts, if I remember. So we have a runner, a courtesy runner, I believe, is Ray Smorky, now subbing in for... Correction, it's Jack Polk still out there, not a courtesy runner, as that first pitch swung on and missed by Byer. Strike number one. Again, another instance where the Nationals have yet to record a hit and have a runner in scoring position at third base, looking to tie this game up here, trailing by one. It's an 0-1 count as Foster will now fire it in to Throckmorton. That's just going to find its way in for strike number two. 0-2 the count now with two down. Byer desperately looking to find a good pitch to swing on and bring Polk home at third base. 0-2 the count. Foster will get the sign from Throckmorton. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Down goes Tristan Byer, and the inning comes to an end. The Nationals yet again had a prime opportunity to bring the run home. Couldn't convert, and now we head to the top of the seventh inning with this game still a one-run game. Kearney leading the FNBO Nationals here at Ryder Park for the A7 District Tournament. We'll have the last inning of play when we come back here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
It's not too late to register your students for the fall 2023 Bullpup Preschool or Kindergarten year at North Platte Public Schools. We are excited to assist you at the Welcome Center, located at 301 West F Street in North Platte, and we are open from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Or you can register from the comfort of your own home online at mppsd.org. Come learn and grow with us at North Platte Public Schools.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 at Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ryder Park as the FNBO Nationals currently trail Kearney Runza 1-0 here in this top of the 7th inning. Ty Robinson is still on the mound for your Nationals, as we want to thank our sponsors today, Kevin McGann with the Fortify Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years. That first pitch is a bit outside, ball number 1 to Quinn Foster, who's 0 for 2 today with 2 flyouts to his name. As Robinson now will get the sign for McIntyre and deliver his next one. Swung on and foul tipped off the bat of Foster for strike number 1. 1 run on 3 hits and 2 errors for Kearney Runza. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for the side of the FNBO Nationals. At the moment, still, they will have 1/2 inning of play on their side to bring it back. A grounder to Carter Kelly. He throws it on over to first with the laser, and there's out number 1 as Foster grounds out. Also, thank you to our sponsors here today, Willow Creek Embroidery. New location, new owner. Check out Robert and the crew at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys. As here comes Brody Arnold. He's flown out twice to Caden Johnson in this ballgame. Can we make it 3 times of this fly out to Arnold to Johnson? Here comes Robinson's first pitch. That one is fouled off, and it'll come right next to me. There, I couldn't grab it for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now. Following Arnold, we'll go back to the top of the order with Garrison Burns and then Cole Throckmorton for Kearney. That pitch, just at the letters, but too high. There's ball 1 to Arnold, as it looks like Ty Robinson's going to go the distance here yet again today. Get his first complete game in of the season. 1-1. Popped up over to, Zeiler in right. He comes in and gloves it. Route number 2, a quick 2 up, 2 down here for the side of the FNBO Nationals. As here comes Garrison Burns. He's 0 for 3 today, grounded out in his first plate appearance. He reached on an error in his second as Carter Kelly couldn't hold on and threw the ball a little too far away from Carson Johnson and pulled him off first base. So he reached on an error in his second, but then grounded out yet again to Carter Kelly in his third. Here's the first pitch in as Burns looks to lay the bunt down. Gloved up by Ty Robinson. The throw to first in time. And just like that, this inning will come to an end. 3 up, 3 down here as the FNBO Nationals will have this final opportunity to bring it on home. Currently trailing by 1 run, 1-0. When we come back here for the bottom of the 7th inning on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmer's insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Now the weather is warmer, it's time to dust off your golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. With beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views, River's Edge offers a modern course that is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. But that's not all. After your game, swing into another round sports bar for some amazing food and drinks. You'll find something for everyone on their menu, from juicy burgers to crisp salads and refreshing drinks. River's Edge is open to the public, so anyone can come and enjoy the fun.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ryder Park. This is where the money is made. Bottom of the 7th inning, FNBO Nationals trailing Kearney Runza 1-0. 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors. No runs on no hits, 2 errors for the FNBO Nationals. This is where all of the glory is made, as still on the mound for the side of Kearney is Quinn Foster. Blaze Zeiler, the hero of yesterday's game, now leads off here for the Nationals in their bottom of the 7th inning. Can he do the magic once again? Foster going to be taken on against then Zeiler as that off-speed is in there for strike number 1. It's 0-1 now the count. Again, both these teams 2-0 here in the tournament here. Loser will go down to the loser's bracket, while the winner will be going to face on the winner of Pinnacle Bank or Home Federal. As that pitch, another off-speed, tight inside, strike 2. It's now 0-2 the count. That pitch mighty close inside, but it sneaks in. So here we go. An 0-2 count to Zeiler. Foster will take a deep breath and get the sign he wants from Cole Throckmorton. And get ready. The 0-2 payoff pitch is on the way. That's high and away. Ball 1. Good patience from Zeiler not to swing on it, even though down 0-2 took his time. And now here he goes with it. 1-2. Once again, now the count here. Foster delivers. Swing and a miss on the off-speed. Down goes Zeiler. I believe that's the 11th strikeout of today's ball game for Quinn Foster. There's now one down here in this inning as up to bat comes Landon Greeno for the FNBO Nationals. He's going to be pinch hitting for Dean McIntyre today. So here comes Landon Greeno, pinch hitting for the Nationals with, again, only 2 outs left in this ball game. They trail just by 1 run, 1-0. 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors for Kearney. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for the FNBO Nationals. Again, the Nationals all season long have had the upper hand against Kearney Runza. Came back in their first showing at home to beat them 8-7 in the bottom of the 7th, and then had a pretty solid victory against Kearney on the road at Kearney, 5-3. And so far, Nationals trailing yet again by 1. Foster fires into Greeno. That pitch is high. Ball number 1, 1-0 the count. Following Greeno is going to be Andrew Brocious, then Ty Hanneborg. So here we go. 1-0 the count. On the way it goes. Ooh, that's down low below the knees. Ball 2 to Greeno. Good patience from him. Could have a potential pinch hitter coming in as well next at bat, which would be Race Morkey. As here comes the 2-0 pitch in from Quinn Foster. Now to Landon Greeno. On the way. Ooh, outside. Oh, but he'll say it sneaks in. The home plate umpire does for strike number 1. It's 2-1 the count now. 2-1 with 1 out. As here comes that pitch. On the way. That one, bouncer, rolling on over to Burns at short on the first. It's in time, and there's now 2 down here in this inning. And there's 1 out left to go in this ball game for the Nationals. Andrew Brocious will come up to bat here. And now, here we go. Last opportunity, the last vestige of hope for the Nationals here. Andrew Brocious with 2 down as out comes head coach Brian Archer. Probably going to make that pitching change that we've been talking about here as coming into, I think, pitch. Well, it's probably going to be Garrison Burns. Or are we going to have just a talk to end this game out? So Mundorf making his way out, and yep, that'll do it for the side of Quinn Foster as Garrison Burns will be taking over for the side of Kearney Runza. That ends the day for Quinn Foster. He has had himself a beautiful performance, a shutout so far in this game. No runs, no hits for the Nationals, 2 errors. Though on the side of Kearney, they again lead 1-0, 1 run on 3 hits and 2 errors for the side of Runza Kearney. Oh man, that is just such a tough day for the Nationals after a 13-inning barnstormer of a game. Unfortunately, so far in today's game, have just been unable to find any semblance of offense and have struggled here against Kearney. The pitching, yet again, has really picked it up. Ty Robinson only allowing 3 hits on the day. And the defense committed an uncharacteristic 2 errors in this game, which is a much higher normal count than we see from this Nationals defense. And really, those 2 errors have played major roles in this game. And now with Burns pitching, Brocious up to bat. And after Brocious, it's going to be Race Morkey pinch hitting for Ty Hanneborg. As here we go. Burns getting through his pitches, and he's ready to rock and roll. Again, the loser of this game will go down to face, well, for the Nationals specifically, it's going to be Hastings anyway. If they win this game, they'll be facing Hastings automatically, and if they lose, they'll still be facing Hastings. So tomorrow's game will be a real big one. Hastings, a team that has really been a mental block for this Nationals team for the last, not just this season, but last season as well. But can't really get to that thought, as we still have one more out here in this bottom of the 7th inning. Andrew Brocious up to bat. So far today, he's 0 for 2 with a ground out and strikeout in his 2 at-bats. Burns looking to collect the save, as Brocious looking for his first hit and really to keep this game alive for the Nationals. Winner goes on to the next round of the upper bracket matchup. Loser heads to the loser's bracket. Burns gets the sign from Throckmorton. Here comes his first pitch into Brocious. Oh, it's going to bounce off of Brocious. And here we go. The game-winning run is now at home plate after Brocious got hit by that pitch. So now it was going to be Ty Hannenborg, and now it's Race Morkey up to bat here for the FNBO Nationals. Morkey taking his first swings. Again, was courtesy running all game today. Did a fantastic job of putting the Nationals in prime position to score runs. But unfortunately, none came across, and now here he sits with an opportunity to potentially bring Brocious home if Brocious can steal the second. Morkey getting his first at-bats here in this district tournament, and it comes at a big moment against Kearney with, again, Brocious on over at first. He is a steal threat with his speed. As Burns' first pitch is going to be in there for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now to Race Morkey. Following Morkey, Caden Johnson, then Carson Johnson for the Nationals. An 0-1 count, 1 runner on. Brocious at first. A 1-run lead for Kearney. 1-0. The 0-1, there goes Brocious. Got a good jump. The throw to second, going to be there in plenty of time, and the game is over. Nationals, unfortunately, will fall in this game to Kearney Runza and head to the lower bracket as they fall 1-0 here. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the side of Kearney. No runs, no hits, 2 errors on the side of the FNBO Nationals. They now head to the loser's bracket where they'll be taking on Hastings tomorrow in the matchup. Kearney, on the other hand, will be facing off against the winner of Grand Island Home Federal and Pinnacle Bank Lexington, which is the next game up on the docket here today. Nationals oh so close to picking up the victory, had plenty of opportunities to do so with runners in scoring position multiple times at second and third, but were just unable to convert. They now fall to 2-1 here in the district tournament. They will have one more opportunity tomorrow against Hastings. We'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, quick stop post-game show right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics. Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Attention Toyota lovers. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle or need top-notch service? Premier Toyota's got you covered. Their knowledgeable and friendly staff will help you find the perfect ride to fit your lifestyle and budget. Plus, their state-of-the-art service center is staffed with expert technicians who will keep your vehicle running like new. Visit Premier Toyota today and experience the best selection, service, and prices around. You won't be disappointed. Toyota, let's go places.
For fun conversations and amazing pizza, come to Dave's Place. Dave's Place on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Dave's Place is a great summertime place with their incredible fresh pizza of the month, wings, specials on beer, and cocktails.
And Dave's Place is kid-friendly, so bring them in for a fun time this summer.
Dine in, carry out, or DoorDash. Dave's Place is a North Platte tradition at 1510 East 4th Street.
CT Computer Services of North Platte has laptops for under $300 now in stock. If your computer is running slow, it probably needs a tune-up. Take it to CT Computer Services. The basic tune-up price is only $50 and save more on Tune-Up Tuesdays. CT Computer Services sells both new and refurbished desktops and laptops, and they have laptops for under $300 in stock now. See your IT guys at 905 South Willow or give them a call, 534-3628.
The game's in the books. Time for the postgame show on FM 98.1 and online at northplattpost.com.
Welcome back here to Ryder Park. Nationals unfortunately fall here in the Game 3 of the upper bracket matchup. Here to Kearney runs up 1-0. 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors for the side of Kearney. They left 6 stranded. Nationals, on the other hand, no runs, no hits, 2 errors. They left 5 stranded on the base pads here. Oh, this is a real stinger of a game. You know, yesterday's game was kind of lining up for that same problem where the Nationals struggling really to find any momentum offensively, and then here today, even worse. They didn't even record a single hit in this contest. Really were struggling to find momentum hitting-wise from the or tried to break down. Quinn Foster really relied on Kearney to make the mistakes. They had plenty of opportunities to bring runs home. They had 2 instances of runners on second and third base. They had an instance in the bottom of the 6th with a runner in scoring position at third and couldn't convert. And yet again, the situational hitting, which has kind of been the unfortunate bugaboo for the FNBO Nationals, reared its ugly head here today in this winner's bracket matchup. Again, winner now moves on to take on the winner of Grand Island Home Federal and the side of Pinnacle Bank Lexington. That is the game that is going to be coming up immediately after the conclusion of this game, and I get off the air. And then Nationals facing probably the toughest team that they've, I wouldn't say have seen all year, but the team that's given them the biggest fits, and that is Hastings. Again, Hastings and this National squad have had a history of just unfortunate events on the side of the FNBO Nationals where they've had many instances last year on the road in Hastings. Same thing this year where they've had leads. Things were looking so great, and then they get to that last inning of play, and it all just rumbles apart, and they lose. Of course, as you all remember, Hastings put up the biggest loss of the season for the Nationals, where the Nationals gave up 18 runs to Hastings. This again following the victory over Cheyenne, where they won 3-2. And now they'll be facing off once again against their old foe, their old rival, 5 Points Bank Hastings tomorrow. Don't have a game time for that. I will go down and take a look at the starting game time for that Hastings game tomorrow. But again, the Nationals fall here and record their first loss of the district, the A7 district tournament. 1-0 here to Kearney. Runs a 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors for the side of Kearney. No runs on no hits, 2 errors on the side of the FNBO Nationals. Here on the Quick Stop post-game show, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. Really, this game, in conclusion, before we get on to a break, and then our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the game, is just a game of what-ifs and missed opportunities. You know, what if Carter Kelly's monster hit that he exploded upon in that 6th inning to left field stay fair? You know, what if the Nationals were able to convert on that bunt attempt where they tried to move the runner at third, I believe was Andrew Broch's home, or getting Jack Polk home on that bottom of the 6th inning? And what if the Nationals were able to convert on all of those chances? How different of a game could this have been for this Nationals squad? But unfortunately, we don't deal in what-ifs. We just deal in factual things. Unfortunately, the facts are the Nationals just didn't put up a good game today against Kearney. Kearney had the the upper hand here in today's game. But, I mean, you can't really say the Nationals played a bad game because, yet again, on the side of the pitching, it was an absolute dominating a dominating fashion from Ty Robinson. Only gave up 3 runs on he's got 3 runs. 1 run on 3 hits and 2 errors. He had himself another strong performance that should have and would have did keep the Nationals in this ball game for a long stretch of time, but just in the end, it wasn't enough as they fall once again 1-0 here to Kearney Runzas. Here comes head coach Ricky Holmes to have our coaches interview. Once again, our post-game coaches interview brought to you in part by Willow Creek Embroidery. Check out his new location at 1620 East. Excuse me, at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys. Coach, unfortunately, when it comes to the Nationals here, this is the first time in quite a long time that the hitting really didn't produce when the pitching gave it many opportunities. It's a rarity. We only see that only at the beginning of the season, but it came at the worst time as you fall to Kearney today, 1-0. Really take me through this game and the thoughts running through your head right now as you move to the lower bracket to take on Hastings tomorrow.
Yeah, first credit to their pitcher. Foster came in, pounded the zone, decent velo with a good curveball that he could throw whenever he wanted. Definitely thought our situational at-bats were lacking. First inning, we get guys on first and second, nobody out, 3, 4, 5, can't get a bunt down and go strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. Just kind of lost in the box there. The pitcher, kept us off balance the whole game. Obviously, they ended up throwing a combined no-hitter. So, frustrating loss. Definitely made the road a little tougher for us, but tried to tell the guys, obviously you got to learn from what we just did and didn't do right there, but also at the same time that all of our goals are in front of us still. It's just going to be a little tougher road.
And you talk about that situational hitting still been a little bit of, again, the one blemish we've talked about all season for this team. It comes out at the worst opportune times, the situational hitting. You get a day off. Really, what is there to do not to remedy the situation, but maybe create more opportunities for those situational at-bats to go in your favor?
Yeah, at this point, especially when we're playing every day, there's not a time where we're going to get any practicing in, so it's kind of just taking mental note and kind of trying to lock in and do something that you didn't do or vice versa from today. So it's kind of a balancing act of, wanting to light them up and be upset with how bad that we played and how much we left on the table, but also understanding that everything that we want to accomplish is still in front of us. So going to take what we can from this game and try to flush it and hopefully come out tomorrow and get a win versus Hastings.
Yep, even though this probably wasn't, again, the best hitting performance, once again, that pitching rotation with Ty Robinson on the mound kept them all in the game. Finally got his complete game after not being able to do so in the Kearney Hastings tournament, able to do it here. And, and I think that's the big bright spot. Even though the hitting didn't come up today, we know the hitting can produce, but the pitching continuously for the last couple of weeks has really kept this team in the best opportune situations to make plays.
Yeah, this is Ty Rob's third outing versus Kearney this year. He's pitched well every time. I feel bad for him. The one run they score on, the guy gets a third on a pass ball, and it seems like a little play, but in a game like that, those are the differences between winning and losing. I was really proud of him. He was pitch efficient, only probably 85 pitches or so through 7 innings. He did everything that we asked of him, of keeping us in the game and giving us a chance to win. Our offense just didn't pick him up today.
And, Coach, last thing before I let you go, facing off against the team that has been the biggest, as you probably have said all year, mental block for the Nationals all season, and is looking here again at a pretty much a winner-take-all. If you win, you essentially almost guarantee that last spot in for state. If you lose, end of the road, and it couldn't be more sweet with Hastings. They did fall earlier to Kearney, so they have shown that they aren't the same type of impenetrable armor that they were earlier on in this season, but again, faced them so many times this year. What are some of the things that you've taken away that maybe could play into favor of your team tomorrow?
When you see a team a bunch of times, we kind of learn from each other. Hastings is a smart team, too. They make changes and kind of go with the flow as we do as well. So I would almost bet that it's going to be a one-run game tomorrow. That 18-3 game that they had us in Cheyenne was kind of a fluke. We're, 2 quality teams that are close in talent, so it's going to come down to those little inches there, whether it's situational hitting or pounding the zone or taking care of the baseball. We know we're going to have our work cut out from us from here on out. We're only going to be playing teams that can beat us. So if we come up and play our game, we know we can compete against anybody, but as we saw today, if we don't take care of everything, and as far as baseball goes, we can come and get humbled and get no hit.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you again for stopping on by. I'll see you on tomorrow where the FNBO Nationals will be taking on Kearney. Well, not Kearney Runza. 5 Points Bank Hastings tomorrow in a essentially winner-take-all. It's tough if you think about it, because Hastings really doesn't have anything to play for in a sense other than getting the district victory, because they're already an automatic lock-in to State because they are the host team here at State, or here at Districts. So if the Nationals do win, that basically guarantees their immediate lock-in to State play, and that just makes tomorrow even more of a high-pressured situation for the Nationals. And we've known this team, when adversity steps up to the plate, they have done a fantastic job of converting on those opportunities and really making a difference. That Cheyenne game in Cheyenne, a prime example. The Nationals struggled against Cheyenne all season when they faced that team, but were able to pull out a victory, and a dominant victory over Cheyenne in the Cheyenne tournament. We saw earlier in the year when the Nationals were down at home against Kearney, they worked their way back in the closing innings and took them down 8-7, and tomorrow is going to be no different. Hey, we'll step aside and take a break here on our Quick Stop post-game show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. We will step aside, and when we come back, we will have the Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game here at FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon, and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair DinoPay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same-week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Welcome back here to Ryder Park, the Quick Stop post-game show. Quick Stop, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. Again, Nationals fall to Kearney Runza here in game number 3 of the upper bracket matchups. 1-0, so that means Nationals move to the losers bracket, where they'll be taking on the team that's been their biggest bugaboo all year. 5 Points Bank Hastings tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Of course, you'll see me on down here in Grand Island for that game. Essentially, and this really is essentially, winner will move on to the next round and essentially lock in their spot for the state tournament. Nationals, well, essentially, Hastings already has their bid locked in as they are the host side here for districts. Nationals will almost certainly lock it in if they pick up the victory tomorrow. Our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game, it couldn't go to nobody else than one Ty Robinson, pitching a complete game, only giving up the 1 run. Yes, that 1 run was earned, but it really did fall upon an unfortunate error from the side of the Nationals defense that allowed that run to get into scoring position at third, and then came across on a sacrifice fly. Ty Robinson, 7 innings, 1 earned run that he came across in his total of 80 pitches. He had 2 strikeouts as well in this ball game. And Money Matters talked to Marshall Doty and Mark Tillman, Ameriprise Financial Advisors in North Platte, Nebraska, about all your professional financial services. Ameriprise Financial Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. I will see you all tomorrow at 4 o'clock when the FNBO Nationals, the number 3 seed, take on the number 1 seed at 5 Points Bank Hastings. Our final score here is 1-0. 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors on the side of Kearney, and then no runs, no hits, and 2 errors on the side of the FNBO Nationals. Our final box score is brought to you in part by Eeks Office for copies, janitorial, and furniture. Think Eeks and visit Eeks.com. I'll see you all tomorrow here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.